Good evening, folks. Aaron Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners. And guys, it is time to pick up your pitchforks and get involved in the fight. We have a real problem brewing right now, folks, in Atlanta over constitutional carry. We're going to talk about that in tonight's video and give you guys the information you have to take action and help us push back against the Republican rhinos who are certainly getting very close to the line, if not over it already, when it comes to tanking constitutional carry law here in Georgia this session. I'm going to pause here for a moment, let the crowd build up here for just a little bit. You guys can tell us where you're watching from in the comment section. I'll try to answer all of your questions today as we have time in the broadcast. But guys, we've been saying this for a while now. The Rules Committee in Atlanta is sitting on constitutional carry law, guys, and we have got to get engaged in this fight. I see Edward getting on here right now. I see Nigel. So guys, tell us where you're watching from. We see Michael. We see William. A lot of folks here who are on the broadcast tonight. Good to see you guys coming on board. You know, we got through the Judiciary Committee over 2 weeks ago now. Senate Bill 319. This is the big push, right? This is the big one. Brian Kemp says he's on board for constitutional carry. We get through Judiciary just over 2 weeks ago. Just over 2 weeks ago now, and we were told at that time, oh, we're going to have Rules Committee a day or two later. Now, we didn't believe that, but that's what people were telling us in the Capitol. And guys, it's been 2 weeks now, 2 weeks. The clock is running very, very quickly in the Senate, and Senator Jeff Mullis, the chairman of the Rules Committee, has refused to put constitutional carry on the committee for over 2 weeks. Guys, there's a committee meeting tomorrow. No, excuse me. I think it's on Thursday. What day is this? Today is Tuesday. The committee meets tomorrow again, and it is still not on the calendar. Guys, if you care about the Second Amendment, if you want to help us pass constitutional carry, we need you guys to call the guys tonight. Leave them a voicemail. You can call them again tomorrow. I don't care. Call Jeff Mullis's office. The number is right here. It's pinned in the comment section, 706-375-1776. Tell him, first of all, it's an insult that he uses 1776 as his phone number because the guy is not worthy of that kind of respect. And tell him to stop blocking Senate Bill 319 and tell him you want to see this bill on the floor for a vote right away. And to do that, it has to get out of his committee first. Neil Wolin says it's because Mullis wants to do his own con-carry bill and steal the credit from Senator Jason Anabatarte. That may be the case. It may not be the case. Either way, he's dang sure not taking action on this bill. And again, it continues to be held back in this committee, which frankly, it should have been out of weeks ago. Jeff Mullis needs to hear from every gun owner in Georgia tonight. Tell him we want this to be done immediately. We want this bill out of your committee immediately to stop holding Georgia back immediately. Guys, constitutional carry is so simple. It's so simple. We should not even be having this debate anymore today. It just simply says if you're a law-abiding Georgian, there's no need to have a government permission card in your pocket to pay them any money or be tracked in a database like a sex offender to have the right to carry a firearm for self-defense. That's what constitutional carry does. It just says you can carry a firearm, period, if you're a law-abiding Georgian. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But not for Jeff Mullis. Not for Jeff Mullis. So Jeff Mullis is tanking this bill right now, running down the clock, running us out of time. Edward Tracy says, please post his contact information here. Edward, that information is being posted right now. Again, his phone number is 706-375-1776. Give him a call tonight. Tell him you want to see action on this bill in the Rules Committee immediately. You're sick and tired of watching Republicans hold this bill back. I just want to be very clear on this. This is not being held back by Senate Democrats. You know, when I was tangling in committee 2 weeks ago with Elena Parent, Senator Parent, the Democrat leader who is the big, heavy opposing constitutional carry, that I expected. That I expected. This isn't coming from the Democrats. This is the Republicans, the do-nothing losers who've been blocking constitutional carry for so many years now, doing it again. And the real sick thing here, guys, the real sick thing is that Senator Mullis is one of the co-sponsors on SB 319. See, that's how the game is played in Atlanta. If they feel pressure coming from gun owners, they go over there, they drop their name on the bill. Then they hope when you call them tomorrow or tonight, when they call you back, they can say, oh, no, you're getting bad information from those mean people at Georgia gun owners. Senator Mullis is a co-sponsor on constitutional carry. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. They hide behind a co-sponsorship, and then they use their position in leadership to block the bill. It is disgusting behavior from gun owners. Disgusting. Logan says he's not receiving calls right now. Logan, so it's after hours. They may have the switchboard shut down. You can give him a call tomorrow. And then you can also call them at 404-656-0057. That's the other phone number. You can call that number as well. Again, 404-656-0057. You can give them a call there and let them know what you think about this. This is the kind of betrayal that we're going to have to fight through, guys, to see constitutional carry pass into law. The Republicans in Atlanta clearly, at least the ones in leadership, are doing all they can to hold this bill back. And it's just sick. It's just sick. And, we keep hearing from Brian Kemp. And here's another little backstory here for gun owners, right? So we keep hearing from Brian Kemp on Facebook how we're fighting to pass constitutional carry. And he likes to have his rallies talking about constitutional carry. Here's what I can tell you, having worked in the Capitol all session on constitutional carry. Nobody in the Senate has actually heard from Brian Kemp in over a month now when it comes to constitutional carry. Brian Kemp has never picked up the phone and talked with Senate leaders and told them to move the bill. Brian Kemp has never contacted corrupt David Ralston, at least not that he'll say publicly anywhere, and said, get off your ass and move constitutional carry. So that's how this actually works in all the rest of the states that have passed it. The legislature and the governor working in tandem, and the governor picks up the phone when there's problems and says, get this done, make this happen. It's not happening right now in Atlanta. It's not happening at all. So Brian Kemp can have his events. He can have rallies. He can do Facebook posts. But when it comes to actually getting involved in the fight, it's not happening at all. Complete betrayal. John Whitmer says a whole bunch of rhinos. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Bobo says need to get rid of all the rhinos. Yeah, exactly. Cindy says this is just an election lie that Kemp likes to use. So, folks, it is time to rain down pain on the Republican establishment leadership in Atlanta tonight. Give them a call. Again, Jeff Mullis's direct phone number in the office is 404-656-0057. His district phone number, 706-375-1776. Give him a call and say, we're sick of you guys holding this bill back. We want this passed into law now. Neil Wolin again says the establishment introduced the new con carry bill in the State House and Senate to split support, create confusion, and lead to inaction. Then the establishment hacks still get political cover. Very well said, Neil. Very well said. Guys, we are not going to see constitutional carry happen without a lot of pressure from gun owners. And so you guys have been here this entire session, been here for a decade, frankly, involved in this fight. Your work so far has got 31 co-sponsors on SB 319. You've done a fantastic job at scaring them enough to get 31 co-sponsors on SB 319. But now we have to finish this fight. So pick up your phones tonight. Call Jeff Mullis. Again, office number 404-656-0057 and tell him we want action on this bill and stop holding it back. Michelle says, do a live video tomorrow and tell people to call it. Michelle, we're going to do that. We will be doing that tomorrow morning. We already had on the schedule, and it's going to happen. So don't worry about that. The real question here is, well, there's lots of questions. One of the real questions remains, Brian Kemp, knock, 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 Brian and your staff, if you biff this, if you F this up, if you take all the time you've taken for your events and for your press conferences and for your Facebook videos and for your podcasts talking about constitutional carry, and then you welch on this, you don't deliver on this, you make Georgians wait again on this, this will explode in your face in the primaries. I want to be very clear on this, Brian. The pain for inaction on constitutional carry will not just lie with David Ralston. It will not just lie on the legislature. It will lie on you, because Georgia gun owners will spend every penny we have making sure everybody in Georgia knows that after you had your pre-session press conference claiming credit for action on constitutional carry, you did nothing to help us get it done when we needed you the most during session. So I know how your handlers are thinking. And they're telling you, well, we're going to get the credit for this. All these press statements are good. You're going to get credit for this, Brian. Brian, I'm going to tell you tonight, as clearly as I can, if you try to use this issue as campaign fodder, you better damn well deliver. Because if you use our gun rights as a cheap campaign tactic, a campaign stunt, and then you sit back while the bill is killed in Atlanta, you're going to wish politically that you had never opened your mouth, because this organization will make sure everyone knows what you did not do when we counted on your support during session. I want to be clear, we didn't count on a damn thing from you. But when gun owners said, they believed you at face value and you delivered nothing, that's going to blow up in your face. And we're going to make sure everybody knows exactly what you did. John says, we need this before the administration ends. Kemp has been a complete disappointment. Absolutely. Joe says we have to call Brian Kemp also. Joe, you're right ahead of my talking points. I appreciate you putting that in there. But absolutely, he has to hear from us on this immediately. Kemp has already proven who pulls his strings, says Jason White. Yeah, exactly. You guys a joke. Let's see here. Bartley says Ralston is the hatchet man. Bartley, I want to say this again. Ralston is a hatchet man. He is the hatchet man in the House. But Brian Kemp is not doing anything right now to fight for this in Atlanta. It's gross. Oh, we have lefty trolls on here. Ooh, scary. Harry Berry says, screw your gun rights. Yeah. Let me guess, Harry, you were one of the ones who were rioting through downtown Atlanta last year or 2020 and lit our town on fire. Go back to your mama's basement. Shut up. Who else do we got on here tonight? Big crowd. Big crowd. Guys, they have to hear from us right away. Indiana just passed constitutional carry through the House. It's pending right now in the Senate. Alabama is having action on constitutional carry, I believe, tomorrow in committee, our neighboring state. Ohio has the bill headed to the final vote in the House as early as next week. It's happening all around the country. It's happening all around the country. And Brian Kemp, after getting the support from gun owners in his campaign in 2018, who has done nothing for us for the last 3 years, has had his little press conference trying to get support from gun owners again, is sitting back doing nothing again. Folks, they both need to hear from you today, especially, though, Jeff Mullis. We have to get through the Rules Committee to get the bill on the floor for a vote. Jeff Mullis' office phone number 404-656-0057. District office number 706-375-1776. Elaine says, we love you. Elaine, this is about freedom for you, freedom for me, freedom for our kids. This is about so much. And Georgians have waited and waited and waited for this for such a long time. The idea that we're still sitting here being treated like this by our pro-gun Republicans is a joke. It's an absolute joke. All of the rest of these states, 21 other pro-gun states, have dealt with this. 4 more may do it this year. And we're still stuck in mid-February in the Rules Committee here in Georgia. It is unexcusable behavior from a bunch of anti-gun moderates, anti-gun rhinos in the Capitol, and they have got to hear from you guys immediately. Give them a call. Tell Mullis to deal with this. Or you know what? Your caucus is going to pay. There's some good comments here. Eric Hoffman, I love your comment, but I can't put it on the screen, or I would, man. I would, but I can't. It'll get me censored by Facebook and censored by YouTube. But appreciate your passion in talking to these leftist trolls. You know, again, there's a window of time on this. There's a window of time on this. Because if Brian Kemp doesn't deliver for gun owners, let's say that Brian Kemp wins the primary. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. We'll see. If Brian Kemp wins the primary and then delivers nothing for gun owners this session, there's a strong chance, Brian, you're going to biff it and lose your general against Stacey Abrams. And folks, obviously we all know if that happens, the window for constitutional carry is closed for at least 4 more years. 4 more years at a minimum. At a minimum. So there's a window on this, folks, and it is closing rapidly, and that's why you've got to make your voices heard immediately. Make your voice heard. We have all of these Republican backstabbers in Atlanta, and folks, tonight, there's just one of them who needs to hear from you tonight. Senator Jeff Mullis, Chairman, Rules Committee, 706-375-1776 or 404-656-0057. Give him a call immediately. Jason White has a great comment. He says, as a victim of a gun violence carjacking, I can say we need this right now. I should be able to carry like my Constitution guarantees. Well said. Sorry you went through that, but well said in terms of what that means for you. Nolan says, Brian Kemp will never do crap for gun owners. He's a FUD, and we all know it. Nolan, don't forget, he needs to get past a primary, and he needs to get past a general, both of which are going to be very competitive. So now is the time to squeeze him like a peach there. I'm just going to say it, and force him to take action on this bill. Force him to take action on this bill. Disgusting. Just disgusting. Guys, that's where we are right now. We have an amazing list of co-sponsors on this bill, but as we're seeing right now, being a co-sponsor on constitutional carry does not mean that you're going to actually, move constitutional carry. So Jeff Mullis is exactly that guy. He co-sponsored, and right now he's holding the bill back. So guys, make your phone calls, send your emails, share our video. Make sure that gun owners know this is the time to engage. It's time to go hot. It's time to go loud. Make your voices heard. Make those phone calls. We have more information for you guys tomorrow. But right now, Jeff Mullis is the Republican holding constitutional carry back in Atlanta. He needs to hear from you immediately. 404-656-0057. And anybody out there watching tonight from his district, of all the cell phones that I have, of all the cell phones that we have numbers for on the legislature, I don't seem to have Jeff's, at least not tonight. So if you're a gun owner in the district and you've got his cell phone number, let me know. Shoot us a message on Facebook. Give us a call in the office. We would love, love, love to have that cell phone number. Good stuff. All right, guys, that's what we have time for tonight. Love your comments. Love your action on this video. Share the video far and wide. Harry Berry, go back to your mama's basement and enjoy the show as we keep fighting for freedom. Guys, share the video everywhere, far and wide. We'll be in touch tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Take care.